and welcome to another video. So today I'm gonna make a short video on our road trip. We're going from Allentown, Pennsylvania to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's about 8.5 hour drive without supercharging. So we're gonna start off going to Dunkin' Donuts, getting some coffee, and then get our trip started. So right now my car has 289 miles. I charged to almost 100%. It was like 290 before. My car has about 55,000 miles on it, 54, something like that. And I got it with 325 full range. So I have about 10% or so battery degradation so far. But this might not be the most accurate representation of the battery, because I haven't like drained it completely and reset the battery stats and things like that. Let's see, it says my first stop will be Baltimore, Maryland supercharger. It's trying to make me go a different direction that I want to go. I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to actually take 81. But I'll give you updates through the drive. Right now it's 54 degrees outside, so it's a good driving temperature. It's sunny, no rain. We've got a Dunkin', so we're ready to start our trip. We've been driving for about 20 minutes or so. I'm on the highway. I'm on autopilot. I don't have full self-driving. I just have basic autopilot, but keeps me in the lane. I haven't had to intervene ever since I got on the highway, and I'm just gonna keep driving. My supercharger is in about 3 hours at Strasburg, Virginia. We've been driving for over an hour now. So I was gonna get to the supercharger with 19%. I'm at 16% now. I probably drive a little faster than the actual speed limit. It's doing pretty well as far as consumption. The temperature is nice and warm outside, 58 degrees. So that's not affecting the battery much. Still staying in the same lane essentially, just on autopilot, and the car's doing a great job of keeping the distance and keeping me in the lane. Haven't had any interventions necessary so far. So we've been driving for about 2 hours. We've driven 137 miles, so that's about 68, 69 miles an hour or so. So a pretty good time. We've got still about over an hour to go to Strasburg, Virginia supercharger. I'm mostly driving on autopilot still, and still pretty reliable. I've had, like I said earlier, 53,000 miles on this car, and a lot of those miles are on just the basic autopilot when I'm on the highways. Of course, I just have the climate on, but it's really just the fan, because it's 61 degrees outside, very sunny, so it's nice and warm in the car. Really pleasant drive today. Okay, so we're driving through West Virginia. I was able to change my supercharger to Woodstock, which is about 15 miles south of the Strasburg, Virginia, just because how efficiently the car's been driving. Looking at the trip meter here, we can see we've done 182 miles in 2.5 hours or so. Average energy usage, 251 watt hours per mile. I haven't had to use the climate really at all. It's set at 70 right now, but it's just running the fan, no air conditioning. Not necessary right now. 66 degrees outside. Beautiful day for a drive. Looking at the trip meter, we're about only 2.5 miles from the supercharger. We've done 223 miles so far on a single charge, and I'll get there with about 9% battery left. Average 257 watt hours per mile. Over 3 hours of driving, probably 3 hours and 15 minutes by the time we get to the supercharger. So not bad at all. It's been mostly on basic autopilot, lane keep and auto steer. Very comfortable drive so far. The road noise is sort of annoying in Tesla as compared to some higher end luxury vehicles like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, things like that. But it's not like bothersome, except for when you are on certain roads which are very loud. Okay, so we're pulling into the supercharger here at this Sheetz. It's in the back here. I've never been to this one before. Okay, so this is a 250 kilowatt charging station, so it should be the fastest here. It's completely empty, surprising, because it is Easter weekend. So first supercharging stop. We're plugged in. Okay, so on the charging window here, let's see, getting 129, 30 kilowatts. The charging window screen used to be a little different now. It used to be different. I used to like it more. This one, I don't really like it a lot because it doesn't give you all that information here. The information now is here. But you can see I'm speeding up here to over 200 kilowatts and now to over 250 kilowatts. Wow, over 1,000 miles an hour. Okay, so I only need to charge it for 20 minutes. We're gonna go inside, use the bathroom, and get some food. It says enough charge to continue trip. We're gonna start driving. Next stop is Lynchburg, Virginia. It says about 2 hours, 28 minutes. We're stuck in a little bit of traffic right outside of Woodstock. Seems like there's an accident up front, according to Google Maps. If you don't have premium connectivity, you don't get traffic visibility, like as far as like the red stripes and stuff on your center screen. But the time here is still accurate. It does take into account the traffic to give you the time. It just doesn't show you where the traffic bands are, and it will reroute you according to the traffic patterns. I just have to use my cell phone to figure out what's going on. But for the next mile to 2 miles, it's backed up because of some major accident. Some more traffic. I see ambulances going past, so it must be a car accident. Hopefully they are okay. Well, this is new. So we've been sitting here for almost an hour now. And the car, because we hadn't moved in like 20 minutes or something, I just went into park by itself. Okay. 2.5 hours later, and we are now starting to move. We moved about 100 yards, which is better than just standing still. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I was wrong. I've been sitting here another 15 minutes or so. So if I zoom in here, there's something going on there. Not really sure entirely what's going on, but they did stop the flow of traffic completely. So nobody's getting through there. Alright, we'll see how long more they need. We've been driving for about 30 minutes since that traffic. The charger has changed to Lexington, Virginia, so we're going to charge there for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll have to make an extra stop. So I'm not sure why we had to make an extra stop. I don't know if there's like more traffic in a certain direction, but instead of having me stop in Salem, Virginia to charge, now it's changed to stopping here and then one more time later with 2 shorter stops. Okay, so we're at the Lexington, Virginia supercharger. It's a weird thing. It's behind like a Best Western. I did not expect that, but hey, as long as it works, let's go ahead and plug it in.
Hey, I gotta ask, I didn't know where Sam was back.
This charging trip, we got a chocolate brownie extreme blizzard. That is like a pie, so we're gonna try that out. Okay, so it's been done charging for a little bit. We're gonna disconnect and get out of here. At the Colfax, North Carolina supercharger. This is my first time here. This one is in this industrial area. There's the sheets here. I don't think I've been here before. So I'm plugged in and charging for a couple of minutes now. It said 9 minutes when I got in there. It was over 1,000 miles, but now it's slowed down a little bit. But it was only a total of 9 minutes of charging. I still have about an hour 13 to go to get home. It's been a really long day. I left it exactly at 8 a.m. and it's now over 6 p.m. and I'm still not home. So, sitting in a parking lot of a highway for 2.5 hours is kind of exhausting, but at least I was in a Tesla where I didn't really have to, drive every inch that we moved forward, and it's kind of doing all of it. Even when I was going at highway speeds, it's kind of taking care of everything. So it did make it a little easier, but anytime you're driving during a long weekend, you're gonna hit a lot of traffic. We're done charging. I didn't wait the full 9 minutes. As soon as it said that I'll have 10% left at my destination, I started driving because it's 77 miles home and it's 123 miles range. So I don't think I needed to charge all the way to probably, maybe it's asking me to leave a 15% buffer. I don't think I need that much buffer. And plus, when you're supercharging, you actually have to pay for the charging, so you might as well not pay the extra. Just go home and charge up. If you're now going to a destination, you probably can use the extra charge when you get there, so you may even have to stay over what it's recommending. Alright, getting back on the highway, and hopefully we'll get home without any more traffic. So since the last supercharger, we've driven 78 miles, 258 watt-hour per mile. Took us about an hour, so pretty fast, hour 4 minutes, and we drove 78 miles. It's 7:15, so they left at 8 a.m., so over an 11-hour drive. We had 3 supercharger stops, we had planned 2. The third one was only about less than 10 minutes, maybe like 7 minutes, and it was on the way. I didn't have to take an exit to get to it, which was nice about that one. But drive from Allentown to Charlotte, North Carolina. If you have any questions, leave them below. And like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on the next one.